Okay, welcome YouTubers. I say YouTubers, maybe I should be a bit more ambitious. Welcome Planet Earth. This is going to be the first in a series of highly successful instructional videos by myself. I'm going to start off on the Mod 1 stuff and go through the different aspects of that, the different tasks you have to do. Get it out of the way right now. I'm no expert whatsoever. I've been riding about 6 months. I did my test a few months before that. My final Mod 2 test I passed. This is my first bike, Honda Hornet. So I haven't got a lot of experience, but that's sort of the point. It can be beneficial to learn from somebody who only just knows what they're doing, as it is to learn from somebody who's been doing it 50 years, because they will miss and assume you know things that perhaps you don't, and they will forget what kind of things they found difficult. I say when they did it, when people that are usually of instructors' age, late 30s, 40s, 50s, when they did their tests, they had to sit on a bike and fart, and that was a license for them. Not saying instructors aren't good instructors, but the time you learn is easily forgotten once you master something, and I still haven't mastered this whatsoever. The biking as a whole, I don't think it's one of the things. It's a bit of a cliche, but you never will. So it's something you constantly learn, get better at, and I'm still very much in the learning stage. I still make mistakes. Every now and again I'll notice I'm doing something a lot better than I did a month before. So that's it, basically. So today I'm going to start off with two aspects of the Mod 1 test. So I think there's, depending how you count them, there's like about 8 or something. Some you can break down into 2. I also think I'm going to try and explain like the experience, because I know there are a few YouTube videos on doing the Mod 1, so you can get a good idea if you search for them. I think there's one that's actually in a Mod 1 test centre, which is basically a big flat car park with no lines in it, but lots of cones. There you go, that pretty much sums it up. What happens, you go in, anyone who's done a driving test, you go in, wait, the examiner comes out, will tell you what you need to do, what you need, talk you through a few bits. They will instruct you to get on the bike, which are usually, in my case, I think in most cases, they're pretty laid out pretty standardly. You will have to drive into the test centre. It's important to remember that when you get on your bike, do your observations that you normally would when you're kind of reversing out, pulling away, some mirrors, shoulder checks as they're needed. Ride into the test centre, and he will tell you to ride straight into one of 2 kind of green bays. There are 4 cones there and 2 behind you that you'll just ride in. They represent a garage. Obviously, you have to use a bit of imagination, but there'll be one here and one just over there. All you do, you go in. I can't remember what he tells you, but it will either be park up and get off your bike, or park up and then he'll come over and tell you to get off your bike. So you climb off your bike, put the side stand on. You can put the centre stand on if you want. There's no benefit to that whatsoever. So just use the side stand, climb off the bike, and he will then give you the instructions of what he wants you to do. And what he's going to ask you to do is he wants you to roll, manually handle your bike, and place it into the other garage. Easy. It is with a bit of practice. So, I just realised I've parked on wet mud. There's a few stones there, that'll be fine. So assuming we're in the garage, so there'll be a cone either side at the back and 2 cones at the front. We need to roll the bike round, park it in the garage over there, and it will be facing forward. So it will be facing forward. Easy. So, what you do, grab the grab handle and the handlebar. If you have put it on centre stand, you'll obviously have to get off. I haven't even got a centre stand, so that's why it's not particularly necessary. But we're going to put the weight into the centre of the bike, kick the kickstand up. Now the only difficult thing or area, obviously you can drop the bike, which happens. The main area that you might fuck up on is observation. So if you bear in mind, right now I'm standing inside a garage, so all I can do is look out the door, and as we begin to reverse the bike out, start turning, as you come to the edge of the garage, have a couple of looks. You don't put it on pretty much full lock, obviously depends on where the garage is. I think it's nearly full lock. As you kind of around this stage, have a few, steaming up, have a few extra looks to make sure there's nothing coming, and just continue. So obviously at this stage you will also start, as well as your observation, start picking up on where the cones are. Obviously there are none, so I'm just sort of making it up, but you know, roll it back in. Excuse my fucking brake rubbing. And the only difficult stage at here is to make sure that if the cones are lined up here and here, you're not reversed into the back wall. And that is it. So yeah, you put the stand down as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, or you can put it back onto the centre stand if you are so inclined, or your bike doesn't have a side stand. And that's it. Wow, look at that. If one of these people are going to start throwing money at me, I'll do this more often. Okay, so easy. I can't really see how many you can really fail on that. If you don't do the observation, I would assume, or you miss a bit, that would be a minor fault. Yeah, manual handling done.